Hello everybody, my name is Howson. This is my performance analysis of Manchester United's 2-2 draw with Stoke at the Bet365 Stadium. Manchester United have slipped up and dropped their first points of the season. We was all hoping for 4 out of 4. A nice start to the season, a real good roll on from Manchester United, but it was not to be. We've dropped points, and I'm going to tie this into the pre-game analysis video that I did, and if you've not seen that, I think the card goes up on here, so go and check it out up on this side of the screen. It might be on that side. Check it out. If not, I'll throw the link in the description anyway, so go check that out. That's got some of the keys to what's happened in this game that I think are pretty pertinent for this video. That's what we're going to discuss. So the 3 keys to victory that I said for United was going to be is 1. Exploit the left-hand side. In my starting 11, I'd picked Anthony Martial, and I put Paul Pogba in a midfield 3 on the left-hand side of that midfield 3, so they could start creating 2v1s, and that didn't happen. And I think Paul Pogba's involvement in today is massive, because I think if he'd have played in the correct area, I think Manchester United would have comfortably won this game, created a lot more chances, and the way we're finishing chances, more or less, I think we'd have seen them off and finished the game away, no problem. The second one was exploit the space in the middle of the pitch, in front of the box, around the D. We kind of did that, at least Lukaku did that for his goal. And then the final one was number 3, beware of Stoke's counter-attack, and Chapo Monting, or El Chapo as we named him, was identified as the main threat to Manchester United, which turned out to be pretty accurate, didn't it? So, let's have a look at the left-hand side then. So, as you saw in the preview video, Stoke have been playing with ex-Manchester United player Mame Diouf as a right wing-back, and I don't want to say he's shite, because that's not really fair on him, but he's shite, okay? This was an obvious place for Manchester United to target, and we completely left the guy alone. If you look at this, we are lopsided on the right-hand side because there is no balance on the left-hand side. This right here is where I wanted to see Pogba and Anthony Martial, ideally, but you know, Rashford is equally capable of doing this as well. On the left-hand side, go 2v1 and destroy Mame Diouf. He is a centre-forward playing as a right wing-back. This should have been one of the most obvious things. It was simple. He made 3 tackles, right? Only Cameron made less, and he was the centre of the 3 centre-halves that Stoke have, and that's kind of to be expected in that kind of system. 3 tackles. Nobody, apart from Cameron, made less tackles than Mame Diouf. He should have been the #1 target. He should have been the guy that we was absolutely hammering, right? Of those 3 tackles that he made, 2 of those came in the last 20 minutes. One was against Mkhitaryan and one was against Martial, who absolutely bodied him with a nutmeg. But the other one came on the stroke of half-time from Darmian on his own, going solo, and it was 1 versus 2. It wasn't the 2v1 that we've been trying to get. It was 1 versus 2, and it absolutely just wasn't enough pressure going down there, because you can crack this guy. He's not a defender. He is probably their most obvious weakness. It's frustrating because this is a weakness that I was able to identify in watching several games from Stoke and seeing how they've lined up and knowing what the players like and going, this is absolutely crazy. If I can identify it, seemingly United didn't, or didn't think it was worth exploiting, or didn't go to the method or to the instruction that we'd been asked to do today, and that's annoying. So, a symptom of having your best playmaker, one of your best playmaker, Pogba, not staying to where he normally does in a 4-3-3 was an issue for us. So I don't think it's the system that's broken. I don't think 4-3-3 is fundamentally not a good system for Manchester United. But the players sticking to their instructions and sticking to their positions is. So here's Pogba's position in 3 other 4-3-3 games, which I've chosen kind of at random. I've chosen Stoke away last year, the draw, just so you can see as a comparison. A Burnley win away, and the Europa final, where he's played all of these partnered with Ander Herrera, and just look at his positioning. Look at his positioning there, look at his positioning now. It's totally different. Ander on the right, Pogba on the left. That's the sort of balance that I anticipated this side having today, and we just didn't. Pogba drifted all over the place, into the places that Ander Herrera takes up, into the places that Mkhitaryan takes up, and we did. For starters, we didn't exploit the guy that was the most exploitable. And we just ran into chaos by being all in the same area for everybody, and it was absolutely nonsense. United had 67 attacks down the middle and right-hand side, and only 19 attacks came down our left-hand side. Only 3 of 24 crosses found a United shirt. That is just simply not good enough. Our pass distribution was far too lopsided, as you can see. The key pass action spots all down the right hand side when the worst player on the pitch is just chilling at right wing back with nothing to do and nobody running at him. Mega disappointing for point one. I think it would have had a huge impact on the game if we'd have targeted him, 2v1'd him, got round him, forced him into making fouls, or just making the space by running at him. Point two was exploit the space in front of the goal, around the D, and that was where Lukaku's goal came from. The reason that he had space was because we held our shape in the build-up, and we had movement. So often that we see United's forward line standing static, and this needs to change. Absolutely certainty needs to change. We saw this under Van Gaal. Players was receiving the ball standing still, and that isn't going to be conducive to getting beyond a man. It's really difficult to then beat a Premier League level athlete from a standing start. It's easy to do, or easier to do, when you're already on the move. Quick one-touch football, in and around the D, in and around that final third, and things are about to start happen. And create overlaps. Create runs with angles and create overlaps. Just target dudes. 2v1, 2v1, 2v1. The odds become more and more in your favour rather than trying to stand up 1v1 and try and pass around all over the place. Someone go run. Someone come round the outside, make a run, make an overlap. And overlaps don't have to happen just on the touchline. They don't have to happen just in this sort of area. You can 2v1 people in the middle of the pitch. It's straightforward. It's simple. And we complicate it for who knows what reason. Point three was beware of Stoke's counter-attack. And I'll tie this in with the danger man that we identified, which was Choupo-Moting, a.k.a. and for now forever known as El Chapo. I noticed him when I was doing the research on Stoke, and I noticed that, especially against Arsenal, that he was taking up really good positions, but his finishing wasn't quite there. I think he had 5 shots today, scoring 2 goals. So 40% return, pretty good finishing for anybody. It was good, but I also noticed when I was doing the research is that against Arsenal they left them 3 forward. That forward line, they left them quite far up the pitch when they was defending, and they used that as a quick counter. Today against United they didn't do that. What they allowed themselves to do was to go compact. It was 20-25 metres from the centre half to the centre forward. There was a super constricted unit, which makes it hard for Manchester United to pass through, to pass into, and to create our own space. What they did do is when they countered with numbers. They left the 3 defenders there and 1 of the wing backs, the other 2 midfielders and the other wing back, and all 3 of those forwards would flood forward, causing a lot of trouble, at least early on in the game as well. They really put United under pressure. And I have to say, I thought Shaqiri was excellent. Shaqiri's work often goes unnoticed, but I thought what Shaqiri does, really intelligent link-up play. Here's the sort of passes that Shaqiri was playing. Here's the sort of passes that he was getting from Choupo-Moting. Not quite as involved and a little bit down one of the flanks rather than central, but he was taking up the positions and causing problems when he was finding space in and around the Man United box. So can't really complain. Well, if I was a Stoke fan, I can't really complain at what he's offered there, scoring a couple of goals. Jesse Rodriguez a little bit quieter in this instance, didn't get involved in the game so much. I think Shaqiri's real quality, mate. I think he's not going to be at Stoke very long. He's a really, really good footballer. So, you know, I think that's it, really. There's nothing more to say on that. We didn't deal with the counter. We didn't exploit their left-hand side, so we didn't win. It's frustrating. It's not the end of the world. Stoke is a tough place to go to. It's our 5th game, I think, that we've not won there in. So today wasn't our day, but hopefully that makes you understand or helps you to understand a little bit of why certain things happened or some of the areas that Manchester United could have improved on. Because as you're watching the game, certainly the first time that you watch the game, sometimes it's difficult to try and work out what's going wrong, and it takes watching it again and sometimes again and looking at all the data that comes out from a match to really figure out what's just happened. But there you go, wasn't our day today. Didn't create enough chances, didn't intelligently think about our play, and ultimately we come away with a point which is, on the face of it, probably a fair result after the game. If you're enjoying these analysis videos, please let me know in the comments. Get quite good feedback off them recently, so I am going to try and continue doing them for as many games as possible. Might be difficult for the Champions League ones. That's a hell of a lot of work to do before a game and after a game. I will see. I will see what the response is. But please give it a share. Please continue to drop the likes, subscribe if you're liking them. Let me know on Facebook, Twitter, wherever that you find them, what you're thinking about them. And I appreciate all the positive feedback. So that is it from me. I am definitely going to be doing another one of these either end for the Everton game, probably not for the Basel game. But there's a youth review coming out this week, and I got a Stoke fan for the warm down tomorrow, haven't I? I was hoping to be gloating, but I'm not going to be. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, all that sort of jazz. I'll see you in a bit.